According to the learned Don Fum's manuscript, the portals to them were situated somewhere in northern Russia. Possibly, he thought from all indications, somewhere on the westerly slope of the upper Urals. But the great thinker could not locate them with any accuracy. The people will tell thee. This mysterious phrase appeared again and again on the mildewed pages of this ancient text. The people will tell thee. But what people? What learned souls would be able to guide me to these hidden gates? Day and night I wrestled with this question. At sunrise, at high noon, at sunset, and in the silent hours of the night, I found myself whispering, "The people will tell thee." Hitherto, I had chosen a semi-oriental garb for my travels, as it was both light and warm. But now, as I prepared to journey deep into the Russian wilderness, I resolved to don the Russian national costume. I spoke Russian fluently, as I did a score or more of languages, both living and dead, and this disguise would allow me to travel freely, avoiding unnecessary scrutiny. For instance, I was upon the very point of discovering perpetual motion once, when my dear mother, the gracious Baroness, interrupted to ask whether I had trimmed the nails of my great toes lately. She had observed holes in my stockings. Such disturbances, dear friends, were the bane of my existence. And so, with Bulger by my side, I set forth from Castle Trump. It was the middle of February when we departed. We travelled night and day, pressing onward toward Petersburg, for I knew that the government supply trains would leave for the White Sea in early March. Upon arrival, I requested permission from the Emperor himself to join one of these caravans. My petition was granted. And so we set out toward Lake Ladoga, crossing it upon the ice, then onward to Lake Onega, traversing its frozen expanse with our sledges. From there, the great Onega Bay lay before us, which we again crossed on the ice until at last we arrived at the station bearing the same name. Here we paused for a day, resting both men and horses before pressing on toward Archangel, an important trading post on the White Sea. At Archangel, I parted ways with the government caravan and was assigned 2 servants by the Imperial Commissioner to aid me on my journey. From there, we continued northward. We travelled up the Dwina River until we reached Solvitchegodsk. Then, over the frozen Wichegda River, we pressed forward to Yearnsk. Finally, we headed due east, our small party making its way through treacherous terrain until we reached Ilich on the Ilich. But here our progress was halted. The spring thaw had come with unbelievable speed, revealing green fields that stretched endlessly before us. At Ilich, I was forced to bid farewell to my 2 faithful retainers. Bulger and I were alone now. A deep sense of loneliness set upon us. We had grown fond of our 2 companions, and as they departed, I could not shake the feeling that we had now truly entered the unknown. Yet the road ahead called us forward. At Ilich, I engaged a new teamster, a broad-shouldered fellow named Ivan.
Ivan, I require passage another 100 miles north.
100 miles, little Baron, and no more.
I accepted his terms. I had no choice. We had reached the foothills of the northern Urals. The jagged, snow-capped peaks loomed in the distance, their sheer cliffs and bristling pine forests whispering secrets long forgotten. Somewhere beyond those peaks, lay the entrance to the... And yet, Bulger did not trust Ivan. Nor, as it turned out, did Ivan trust Bulger. A silent battle waged between dog and driver, and though no words were exchanged, I could feel the weight of their enmity pressing upon us. Still, I had paid Ivan well, and his horses were strong and well cared for. His Tarantus was solidly built, a comfortable vehicle, if such a thing could be said of a wagon without springs. But as we climbed higher into the mountains, Bulger's distrust of Ivan deepened. One evening, as we rested in a roadside tavern, I overheard the innkeeper whispering to me,
"Look out for that driver of thine, little Baron. He's in a reckless mood. He'd not pull up if the Giant's Well were gaping before him. St. Nicholas have thee in his safekeeping."
The Giant's Well. Again those words. For days I had heard murmurs of this strange place from the villagers. What was it? Where was it? The words of Don Fum echoed in my mind. The people will tell thee. The people will tell thee. But what was the giant's well? And who drank from it?